going to clear this out regarding the fund that will be asked when you collect your student residence card here in Graz. Yes, I told in my previous videos that some students were asked for additional fund when they collect their residence card. But in my case, I was not asked to show my proof of funds when I collected my residence card. And I don't know why. I was actually very nervous about it because they might ask the same documents, the same funds that I had shown when I was in the Philippines. And I told you that I only borrowed money. And when I arrived here in Austria, I don't have the full 12,000 euros. 12, 30, 13,000 euros. Yeah. I don't have that full money. I actually just had around 6,000 euros in my bank account. But when I was very worried that time when I collected my residence card, but it turns out that the officer did not check my bank account that time. So I was lucky, yes. And to tell you the truth, not everyone is lucky as I am because few weeks after I collected my residence card, I heard that some students were asked the same fund that they showed during their initial application when they were still in their country, in their home country. So I heard that student was from Linz. In Graz, yeah, I also heard some students ask for an additional fund in their bank account, really, after few weeks I collected my residence card. In my time, I was just very, very lucky that the officer didn't check my bank account. And I also heard some students here in Graz State, their officer didn't also check their student account. And I also heard some students that were asked to show their bank account again. So when you come here, I know it's hard gathering this proof of funds. I've been there. It's hard, especially if you're just be borrowing money. But yeah, just be sure to have that certain amount of money in your account because anyway, if you have your residence card already, the officer, the government, they will not check your bank account if that money was lost in your bank account after a few days that you receive your residence card. So just be sure to have that certain amount of money in your account when you collect your student residence card. So to the one who asked me, yeah, that's really the case here. And especially now I heard that the Europe, not only Austria, Europe, they are having a strict regulation already with the international students. And even the proof of funds here in Austria, it totally increased from 12,000 euros in my time last year, and now it increased to 14,000 euros as a proof of funds. So yeah, just ask your relatives to borrow some money and put it in your account and just return them when you receive your student residence card. So I know the struggles of you guys about this proof of funds. I know I've been there, but just find ways, just find ways. I don't know if it's still true this time, but during my research last year, I read somewhere that instead of 12,000 euros that you have to show when you arrive here in Austria, you only have to show the half of the amount, 6,000 euros. That was during my time. I don't know if it's still true this time. So that's why when I went to the office, immigration office, immigration office or government, I don't know what kind of office was that. So when I went there, I was very nervous because instead of showing 6,000, I only have 4,000 euros in my account. But aside from that, I also had credit cards. So I was already thinking that time that, oh, if the officer will ask why you only have 4,000 instead of 6,000, then I will tell him that I had my credits, I had credit cards, series of credit cards. I had seven credit cards, by the way. So yeah, that's what made me very confident of going to the authority that time. But I don't know if it's still true this time that instead of 14,000 euros, you only have to show half of the amount when you collect your student residence card. Do some research about it, but that's what I read last year, and it was true. They will only look for 6,000 euros during my time, of course. I don't know this time, so do a lot of research. Ask a lot of people if they are still asking about half of the amount of the fund. So that's all. And oh, by the way, you might get confused. Half of the amount, and I mean 6,000 euros, and then 12,000 euros. What? You have to, during my time, I'm talking about my time last year, when during my initial application, of course, you have to submit series of documents for the approval of your residence, of your residency here in Austria. So I had to show 12,000 euros in my account. But when I arrived here, it is okay to just show half of the amount of the 12,000. So I just have to show 6,000 euros in my account. Do you get it? Yes. Watch the video again. I am not saying that this is still true this time because my time was last year. So read a lot of information about it, ask more people about it, and check their website. It might still be there. I don't know where I found this information. Actually, I forgot, but I really read it somewhere.